How's it going, Sly Cooper family? Mulata Sly here. People, today we are going to make sort of discussion, sort of news video. Now, before we start, I would like to say, let's just focus on this part of the title. Fake Sly Cooper PS4 trailer. Now, just today, this was not meant to be in this video, but today I got a message with this picture and I shared it on Amino, and this is what I got. A guy sent me this picture, I rushed myself into YouTube and I did not find this video. So I was like, why can't I find this? What's happening this? I even tried to look into YouTube Red, because as you can see by this picture, the background is kind of black, so I looked in YouTube Red. I did not find this video. But then I realized it has the same likes and views as the original collection trailer, so yeah. Story short, I got sad and trolled, pretty much. And yeah, that was the story of this picture. Whew. I was gonna get hyped as hell, because if you think about it, why don't we have a remastered for the PS4 or even an emulated version for the PS4? That is something that actually keeps bugging me when I think of Sly Cooper, because Sony is teasing us a lot these recent, let's say, weeks or months, but we don't get nothing. It's sad, it's so sad. But either way, today's topic is, why did Sucker Punch left Sly Cooper? The real reason, in my opinion. Let's just kick it off into the video itself.
Mama told me one day I'ma grow up big and I'ma be a king, and my papa told me it's okay to say when shit hurts, don't forget your dreams.
So as you guys know, Sly Cooper just turned 15 years a few weeks back, and as I recall, we didn't got any single recognition of, let's say the companies. However, a lot of blogs, a lot of Twitter accounts, and even PlayStation made some mentions about the anniversary. And a few weeks after that anniversary, Sucker Punch turned 20 years. So basically, the anniversary of Sly Cooper and the anniversary of Sucker Punch are very, very close. And Sony posted this Twitter post that I mentioned in my previous video, the prequel ideas. And this post is basically describing the Sucker Punch experience. However, I didn't went that deep into that post. In today's video, I will go more deep into that. As you can see by this picture I'm posting, over the past 2 decades, Sucker Punch has created some PlayStation most memorable games. So let's click on the post and see what we have related to Sly. We have been on Team Sony for a long time, but our first game was actually the Nintendo 64 Rocket Robot on Wheels. So basically, this game, Rocket, was the very first game that Sucker Punch produced. And the main villain of that game was a raccoon. And from that idea, Sucker Punch decided to go for that raccoon direction. And with that raccoon direction, they created a criminally minded raccoon. In other words, Sly Cooper. And yeah, that was basically how Sly was born, if you didn't know. So that led to a partnership with Sony and the creation of the very first Sly Cooper and the Thieves Raccoonus. By the way, just a short by the way, did you guys know that Sucker Punch took ages, and I mean ages, to get the game assembled? Because they were going for the panicking as level 1, but as you guys know, it is impossible to get through the panicking level without that Thieves Raccoonus ability for Slatted Common, which is the invisible technique. Without that ability, it is impossible, I repeat, impossible to get through that level, especially when you die after like 1 hit, so it's just impossible. So they struggle a lot, and that was just a trivia. Now, the real thing that I want you guys to focus here is this bit. Working on the Sly Cooper games was tons of fun, but if you make a game for kids about a master thief and his friends pulling off crazy heist, you can't help worrying that the message you're sending to the youth of the world is, hey kids, stealing is cool. Wow, there's a whole bunch of discussion right in that bit, but I will leave everything to the end, so let's just keep moving forward. Which will be the worst public service announcement ever? Eventually we decided that Sly was such a skillful thief that he only steals from other thieves, and explained this rule in the 5 minutes of the game. We crossed our fingers and managed not to trigger a thinner crime wave. We're proud of the first Sly game. It's still fun to play 15 years later, but sometimes we succeeded despite ourselves. So why did Sucker Punch left Sly Cooper? I have here 3 scenarios. One is mainly because of that sentence. Hey kids, stealing is good. Now, when I'm reading this, I feel like they at some point got a bit tired of sending the same message. Like, he is such a skillful thief that he will only steal from criminals and not innocent people. So I guess at some point Sucker Punch got a bit bored and a bit tired of always consistently stating the same words over and over again. I'm not sure if you realized, but every single Sly Cooper game introduction has the same word. Stealing is good as long as you steal from criminals. So basically, I guess at some point Sucker Punch got a bit bored of that logic, so they decided to go into a more hero direct approach, which is Infamous. But there's a catch here. In Infamous, you can either be good or you can either be bad. So you could be a good guy or you can be a bad guy. So I don't know what's really happened there. Because if you think about it, the time gap between Sly 3 and Sly 4 is a bit big. It's quite huge. And the trilogy was not produced by Sucker Punch. The trilogy was actually produced by Sanzaro Games. So Sanzaro Games took the 3 games, they made it into this box, which is the collection for the PS3. So basically they remastered the games, and a few years later they made Thieves in Time. Now I ask you, why don't we have the same box, Sly 1, Sly 2, Sly 3, and we even can include Sly 4 to the PS4, I ask you. The main reason is the developer. We don't have a fixed developer. That's the main issue with Sly Cooper. Since Sucker Punch left, Sanzaro Games just is busy for some odd reason. We don't get stuff. And yeah, that's quite sad, but if you think about it, the real reason Sucker Punch left Sly was that 2 things I just said, but it is a bit weird, maybe because we have this cartoon figure, because if you look at Uncharted, which is another Sony IP made by Naughty Dog, that actually was one of the main PS3, PS2 era characters, Jak and Daxter, which is another point that is actually very sad if you think about it. We have this dilemma here. I'm not entirely sure if you're understanding what I'm trying to get, but we have this huge dilemma of developer, and that's the main reason we don't get Sly stuff. But yeah guys, I will leave it at that. Make sure you hack that like button if you enjoyed this video and join the Cooper Nation, which is an application for iOS and Android where you can chat and discuss Sly Cooper related stuff. It is a very active community, so make sure you check that out. Last but not least, go to my channel and stay tuned for the future uploads. PS, I'm going to make a video with GTA and Vivi. With this out of the way, I'll catch you guys in that video. Bye bye.
Work so fucking much, my greatest fear is I'ma die alone. Every diamond in my chain, yeah, that's a milestone. I'm loving it. Calling me, asking me for money, man. The only thing I'ma give you motherfuckers is a dial tone. Flashbacks of a youngin' sipping that purple Kool-Aid, skipping school with my homies and chief and reefer for 2 days. Running from the law, living how I'm living, fuck 'em all. Bumping